Hello everyone, it's Grandpa Hickory. Welcome to my video of the lingering shadows. I've had a lot of comments and people have asked me about things, and I've been wanting to put this video up for some time. I've just been busy doing other things, so I haven't been able to answer all these questions that I've had sent to me over the years, actually. But anyway, I want to tell you this. There is a phenomena of people that kill people, they kill others, they murder people, and they do things like that. And so many of them have actually testified that there are shadows that follow them. Well, now they were looked at as though that they were crazy, or that they were deviant people that were so deviant in their lifestyles and thinking mentality that they would actually commit murder. So therefore, they just brushed it off. But yet these people, many of them have given accounts of strange shadows that have followed them in so many situations. Hi there, little one. You want up here to say hello? This is my little girl right here. She's my little secretary today. She always comes in when I'm making a video. But anyway, I'm going to tell you something. I've talked to a lot of people. They were going out for their license to carry, and they told me how if somebody comes up, boy, they're going to pull a gun out and they're going to shoot them and all this. And I've sat them down and I've talked to them and I've told them, you know, shooting another human being or killing another human being is something you don't want to do. And you say, well, what do you mean by that? Go back and look at the first murder that's listed in the Bible. That's true. All the way back to the story of Cain and Abel. Friends, people cannot get away with killing somebody. And I've been told by a lot of people, well, I tell you what, if somebody's coming up and going to kill me, and I'm going to pull my gun out, if it's absolute self-defense, and you have a clear conscience before God, and you can prove it, okay, but you better have video proof. And you really need 2 or 3 witnesses that will be on your side in a court of law. Friends, killing somebody is not something people want to do. There is so much to it. The police come out, the firearm is confiscated, and in most times a confiscated weapon is never returned. That firearm is kept and it's never returned, and the person that defended himself usually ends up with all of his firearms being confiscated by the county where he resides. And then after he gets an attorney and has to prove everything to a grand jury, he is presented with a bill, sometimes over $10,000, for the storage of his firearms being kept by law enforcement agencies. During the duration of his trial, having to fight to prove his innocency. So see, people, these are things you just don't want to get into. But there is something much further, much darker to it. Tell me, friends, what is this shadow that comes out? When somebody feels like, and I'm talking about a murderer here now, that has actually murdered someone somewhere, and there were no witnesses, and man, they're out of there. They got rid of the gun, threw it in a lake, or buried it somewhere in the woods, and went on, and man, they're marching along. But friends, let me tell you about a lingering shadow. Because you see, everyone reaps what they sow. And when someone goes and does a deed like this, I really honestly believe there are shadows that follow them to the very days of their death. For you see, nobody gets away with things that they do. You know, the Bible even speaks and says, be sure your sin will find you out. And this is so true. How many times have you done things and you thought you got away with it, when all of a sudden you have to stand there and admit to everybody what you have done? We've all been there. We've all done that. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm Grandpa Hickory, and this is a video on the lingering shadows.